my friends. It is one of my favorite times. It is time to open the Kit Club box. I'm very excited about this. I know I sound like such a dork when I do this, but it's true. It's so fun. It's like magical when I get to open it because I spend so much time ordering it and researching factories and picking colors and doing all of that. And now it's like I'm rewarded for all that hard work. I love it. I love it. Okay, are you ready? Okay, so I'm gonna open it up and I'm gonna show you I would show you the idea postcard, but when we're taping this, surprise, apparently I ordered it too late this month and so it hasn't come in yet, but don't worry, your kit will have it, so you'll get a surprise on the idea card because you'll get it and I don't have it yet. Let's look at, I always like to look at the color palette first because that will give us the idea of what we're working with. So let's move that over a little. I hope that's not in the way. And of course you get lots of envelopes. And you get your big plastic envelope. And ooh, this time you get 2 fun little bags for little treats or something. That's cute. I like those. I ordered those, but I didn't think I saw those yet. Now let's look at all the fun colors we're gonna deal with today. We have Midnight. Let's test Stephanie's coloring capabilities. Sky, Blueberry, Guava, ooh, Grape, Pixie, Lemonade, ooh, look how pretty this is. Ginger Snap and Powdered Sugar, a couple of powdered sugar. Isn't that fun? Yummy, yummy. Are you ready? Here, let's move that off to the side. Now let's see the goodies we have. Let's start with the pattern paper pad because, ooh, that's hard to say, pattern paper pad, because that's half the fun. That's probably one of my favorite parts of the kit. And we always try to make sure the designs coordinate with other things that you have from us, so that's fun. It's called the Congratulations Collection. So let's open it up. Ooh, I love those flowers. I love flowers, by the way. And this design is from my stamps, flowers stamp set with the fence with Sizzix. I love those flowers. Ooh, a cute, is that gingham? Yeah, gingham. And then we have, that's an embossing folder design and solid. And congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. More plaid. That's not plaid, it's gingham, I think. Okay, gingham. And then dots. Oh, I love dots. I love this color combo. It's fun. And, ooh, this is an embossing folder. Ooh, this one's cute. This one says, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you. This is a stamp set that we have, which it's fun because then you can coordinate it with that if you want to. This is an embossing folder. Crayons, different colors. Oh, mini versions of those happy birthdays. And stripes. I love thin stripes. Ooh, presents. You can never have too many presents. And we start all over again and we have 2 of each pattern. Fun. I love it. Ooh, that's pretty. And ooh, let's look at the stamp set. Let's see. Congratulations. The sky's the limit. Here's to making dreams come true. Woohoo, you did it. Way to go. Take a bow. Count your blessings and jump for joy. Okay, ribbon time. Are you ready? Get set. Ooh, guava ribbon and blueberry seam binding. I love it. I can't wait to create. I'm already thinking, what kind of card should I make? And then we have some yellow and white twine. So lemonade and white twine. And it's nice thick twine. I'm really enjoying the new twine. And then we have a die that says congratulations, matches the paper. Oh, matches the stamp set too. I didn't realize that. It's a different font, but it also has congratulations in the stamp set. And ooh, we have some grape / blueberry. I can't tell which one. The lighting's funny in here. Maybe it's blueberry. Pearls, which I love. Oh, you guys loved these in the last kit, so we decided to sneak them into this kit. Don't tell anybody. These little corkscrew things, they are so much fun. We are having a lot of fun with those, so we had to throw those in also. In guava, grape, powdered sugar, and sky. And last but certainly not least, some exclusive washi tape. This one is fun. Let me open it up. Oh, come on. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. There it is. Look at how fun that is. Ginger Snap and white dots. I love it. Now, this is one of the times where I get to sit and I get to play. So if you have your kit, get your kit out. You can play with me or you can just watch. I get to make a card and you're not gonna time me because, you know, sometimes I do just like to play. And I'm going to use the Bubbly Flip It card die because it's a newer one and I like to play with new products sometimes. So let's see. I'm going to have to use that flower. Ooh, we're going to do grape. Okay, so let's go ahead and die cut this. And to cut your cardstock, what you're going to do is, because it's a Flip It card, we can use the smaller cutting pad. We're just going to tear it, and now we have the perfect size for our Flip It card. We're going to bring it over and we're going to die cut this. We're going to lay that down. Let's get our die out. Now this die set comes with 13 dies, but do not be overwhelmed with that number 13. Focus on the 3 largest. On all of my die sets, you always want to focus on the 3 largest. Those are the most important. Now it's human nature to want to go straight through your machine parallel to your roller, but you've heard me say it many times, no speed bumps. This is a speed bump for your roller. Your roller will jump over it and it won't give it a nice cut. You are going to gently, ever so slightly, gently is not the right word, you're going to subtly keep it on your platform. Can you see that? It's still on my platform in both spots, but it's crooked. That's going to give me a better cut. I'm going to lay my cutting pad down and I'm going to run that through. Now my cutting pad is pink, and I'm worried that might be a little off. My cutting pad is pink, so I can find it on my desk. They do come in other colors as well. Oh, it did cut. Awesome. Okay, so we have that. Now we're going to put that off to the side, and then we're going to use the 2 layering pieces to cut some of our pattern paper that coordinates. And I love the stripes, so we might want to do stripes. Let's see. And I also want to do this flower one because I love this flower one. So let's get those out. All of a sudden I went, where'd my flowers go? Okay, I'm such a jerk. And so what we're gonna do now, somebody said that I was at a show recently and somebody said, Stephanie, you called yourself a dork 3 times in one video. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm a dork, that sounds about right. 3 times, that sounds kind of normal to me. I am that much of a dork, and so for me to call myself a dork 3 times in a video probably is appropriate. Not appropriate maybe, but legitimate or true that I said that. And so I'm going to line these up, and what I want to do though is I want to make sure that my dies, because I don't want a speed bump, right? So if I turn it like this to get away from that speed bump, my stripes are going to be crooked, and that is catastrophe city, right? So we want to keep those dies straight, but we don't want to have a speed bump. So what do? We're going to turn our paper and our dies at the same time, but we're off the edge. Now, you don't want to ever be off the edge because that's going to move your paper and it's going to give you disastrous results. Not really, but I mean, it's going to give you bad results. So you're just going to trim your paper, and I just kind of trim right there like that. Now it's going to be 6 inches and it's going to work and everything's going to be dandy. And I want to make sure I'm going to line up these to make sure I get those lines nice and straight with my die. That's a nice thing about the framelit dies is you can see through them, so you can make sure that your stripes are straight, because straight stripes are great. I'm so funny. Okay, so we're gonna run that through. Now you'll notice that I'm cutting 2 pieces of paper at the same time because I have not decided what I want on what side. I used to always do the same paper on both sides, and then one of my designer friends is making me think outside of the box and saying, Stephanie, don't do that. Do different colors once in a while. So she's right, I need to, so I'm going outside of the box. Now I want to die cut my word congratulations, my die word, because it's so fun to have words that are dies that have shadows, because shadows are so fun. So let's open this up. And of course we're going to use Sizzix adhesive on the back because this word is so thin, it's probably illegal, which means that I always, you know, I get myself in trouble sometimes. And let's see, ooh, I want to do, and when I say illegal, I just mean that the lines are it's too skinny. It's not normal. It's not a normal thickness width-wise, like for the letters and stuff. And that's just because I like it to be really, really thin sometimes. Like I'm thinking of my bird cage die. Remember that one? That one was so dang thin, and oh, I love it. It's so intricate. It's fantastic. So we're gonna add Sizzix adhesive to the back of this pink. What you're gonna do is you're just gonna peel off the front, and that's trash. And, oh, didn't make it. I have a big trash can over there. Well, it's not a big trash can, it's a big cardboard box, but. And we're gonna add our adhesive to the back of that, but it works as a trash can. Now I don't have adhesive over here, and if I turn this over, I can't tell where my adhesive is, and technically I know it's over. It's not over here, but I'm a dork, and I would put my my die over there. So what I always do is I always trim it. So I have cardstock that's 6 by 6 in size, and I know this is all good to go. So we're gonna lay that. Oh, you know what? Let's lay this one in there. Okay, what did I just do? I always sometimes forget to tell you what I just did. So I tore my paper. This is the right size for a flip it card, and I almost die cut the word congratulations out of it. But you don't want to do that. Save this for a flip it card. Use the smaller piece because this is like your scratch, because technically a flip it card would fit on this paper, but it would not fit on this one. So why would I want to write die cut congratulations out of this? Then I couldn't use this for a flip it for the future, right? So always save those pieces, use the littler pieces. The smaller the piece you use, the better, because chances are you can use those bigger pieces for something else. And we're gonna add our congratulations there, and we're going to get our pink cutting pad because our little one does not fit. Okay, so pink cutting pad. So as you can see, I am a slob. I get very messy very quick, just like everybody else. Run that through, and let's start putting our card together. Okay, so we got that. Let's move this off to the side so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, make sure you can see. Good. Okay, let's add some adhesive. Oh, do I have adhesive? I just went to a demo the other day and I grabbed stuff off my desk. So excuse me. Have to go to the adhesive drawer and grab adhesive. Okay, so let's add our panels. I want to do stripes on one side and flowers on the other, I think. Nope, switch that out. I want to do the opposite. Now, those extra pieces that I cut, you know, because I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, and that's the beauty of pattern paper, double-sided pattern paper, save these. Put them in the bubbly envelope and save them for another time, because chances are you'll probably use them. Don't put them in your scraps. Put them in with the bubbly flip it card die, so you have the chance to use it again. So I'm gonna lay that down, and I'm looking at this and I'm realizing, you know what I would really like? I want to do this, grab, where's grape? Grab this, grab Pixie, I'm gonna use Pixie. And I want to add a little bit of inking on the sides because it was looking really, really white to me. And I'm kind of thinking I wanted to just soften it a little. And of course, and I have adhesive on the back of this, which was not genius, but oh well. Now always use scratch paper underneath you when you ink. That way you don't get it on your desk or your secret weapon or whatever you're working on, because that would be the last thing you want. And I'm just going around the edges, start on the scratch paper, and go on, and you can add a little or a lot, but that white just seemed a little too bright to me, and so I just wanted to soften the edges a little. There we go. That just looks, and it also kind of makes it look more finished, and I'm a little too close on the edge here, which I don't like, but let's get some other. We don't want to put ink on our secret weapon because that's bad. Okay, there we go. That's better. Okay, now I did have adhesive on the back of this, which it's good adhesive, so it's gonna stick a little. We'll add a little bit more. Okay, now let's add that. And I think we're gonna go ahead and do that to the, look at that difference. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That just adds so much. It's so much softer. It was so, what do you wanna say? It was just so stark. And so on this one, we'll just go ahead and do the same. It just really adds just a little tiny bit. Now normally I would use my smaller ink pads for this because if you, and I should have grabbed that, but actually I don't have it in Pixie yet, coming soon. But you want to use the littler ink pads for the blending, because when I go to use this ink pad to stamp, it could have fuzzies on it and then it's gonna mess up my stamped image. So that's just a heads up. That's why we came out with the smaller ink pads. Some people like them to stamp, which you can too, but I mainly use them for my ink, my blending. That way I don't mess up my big ink pads, because those cost a little bit more. Okay, now that is fantastic. Let's add some adhesive to the back of that. And we'll add the adhesive to that one, add that there, add that there. Let's fold this together, hold it in the air, fold it forward, fold it up and turn it to the left. Woohoo, woohoo. Now let's see what else we have. Oh, we have our congratulations, so let's pull that out. And this is very thin, so be very careful. And what are you gonna use on the back of this? Sizzix adhesive. Because can you imagine, you would go mad trying to add adhesive to how thin that is. Look how gorgeous that is. Now what I do is I start at the front and I just slowly work my way. Now sometimes people say it doesn't fit, it doesn't fit. Well, that's because you stretched it out too much. So you just gotta kind of put it back to where it's supposed to go. And my A, okay, there we go. So follow the shadow. So you know that little dot has to go there for the eye, and put it back together just like that. And press down because it's got all that extra. There we go. Look how cute that is. Now we can add adhesive to the back of this. And I'm thinking I'm going to go this way. Okay. Now I need to decorate the inside, and I haven't decided what I'm going to do there yet. So let's get some of the dies out from the Flip It card. And I think I'm looking at this die. And ooh, I'm thinking I'm going to use pink. Pink, pink, we all stink. And because that's a small die, I can use my small cutting pad because you don't want to watch me run my arm 15,000 times on the die cut machine, when in reality I can just go like that. Now I am going to go back through. Usually you don't have to, but this one has a lot of little dotties on it. And I wanted to make sure that I got those all nice and embossed on that. Isn't that fantastic? Now I could make those all come through. Hang on. And it might on this. Yeah, see how they're all coming through? Look, look. Isn't that fantastic? With the adhesive backing, they all popped out and I didn't have to worry about it. So I'm going to add that right there. And we need, gosh, we're doing everything on this one today. We're going to stamp. See, I could just play all day. Oh, perfect. Ah, look at this. Look at this. Oh. I'm not even going to say a word because if you know my stamps, you know that I love to do that. We are going to get, I want black. I want licorice. So this is the first time I've used this stamp. So of course I'm going to find some scratch paper to do this onto. Oh, and I have some over here. My list of videos to tape today. So we're going to stamp that right there. Of course I'm using my Stamper Secret Weapon on the back. I mean underneath. Woohoo, you did it. Yes, I did. Okay, then what we're gonna do is add some ribbon. Oh, we need to add our stamp on the back. Oh, and I have samples to share with you too, and I know I'm gonna forget to do that. Okay, so let's add my personalized stamp on the back that says Stephanie Bernard made this. Actually, I think it says created by Stephanie Bernard, but. So we're gonna add that on the back, created by Stephanie Bernard. And we're almost done because I just want to add a little bit of ribbon right there. And what do I want to add? I think I'm gonna, oh gosh, I'm gonna add both because I can't decide. Okay, so let's get that off. One is held on by a pin, which that's not safe for me to have because I'll hurt myself. So don't hurt yourself. Okay, so let's grab these and we're going to do these at the same time because we can. And we're just going to tie it here. And I like to do knots. Whoops, I want it to be right there. Okay, come on, there we go. Now I'm gonna leave the inside blank because that's where I would write my message. If you wanted more space to do your message, you could also watch the video on how to make a hidden panel. That would be perfect for this card. So if you don't know how to do a hidden panel, search under the video section, hidden panel, boom, and you will have more room to write. Look at that. Oh my gosh, this card is cute. Now I gotta find somebody to give it to. It says, woohoo, you did it. Open it up, I can write my message. It says congratulations, and it is done. Let me show you the samples because they are so much fun. This one says, woohoo, you did it, congratulations, and it has those fun little corkscrew ribbons, which are so much fun. Ooh, here is a fun step-up card. Happy birthday. Here's to making dreams come true. I love it. Look how much we blended ink on those too, which is fantastic. Here's that cute little bag ready to be decorated. The sky's the limit. And can you imagine giving this to somebody that's on your gift list? And here's a cute lively framelit card. Congratulations. And you can add your message on the inside. Isn't that awesome? Kit Club members, your kits are on their way to you. If you're not a Kit Club member, you need to check it out because you could have this sent to you. And isn't that fantastic? It's a minimum $50 value every month. Usually it's closer to $55 or $60, but the price on this is only $39.99. Free shipping in the US, which is very exciting. If you're a Stamper Die Hard Club member, you save even $5 off that price, which is even better. Thanks so much, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye.